Today on the show, I'm speaking with Larry and Oksana Ostrosvsky from Be Well Buzz, and they're sharing some of the latest cutting-edge health tips, so stay tuned. Hi, I'm Natalie Ledwell, and this is The Inspiration Show. And today my special guests are Larry and Oksana Ostrosvsky. How are you guys?
Doing great.
Good,
Thanks for having us.
How are you, Nat?
Excellent. Little cooler than yesterday. We actually reached 112 here in Sydney yesterday in Fahrenheit. It was ridiculous. So I'm enjoying some cooler weather. Now, the reason I've asked Larry and Oksana onto the show is they are from a company called Be Well Buzz. For those of you who are part of our community, you might know that we've actually joined forces with Be Well Buzz because we have so many of our community that are after, health information, how to be healthier. There's so much conflicting information out there, and I know that with these guys, with Be Well Buzz, they really actually sort through all of that, crap, and then actually gives us some really cutting edge and amazing information about what's happening in the whole health industry. So guys, what we might do is just start a little bit with your background and your inspiration behind starting Be Well Buzz.
Definitely. So for me, this whole journey started about 7 years ago, and I was online. I've always been into health and personal development, and about 7 years ago, I went down a little rabbit hole online. You click on one link, it leads you to another link, and next thing you know, you're reading about some really cool stuff. And I discovered a guru by the name of David Wolf, and I started reading about what he was into, about raw food and how food and diet can actually change people, and to cure disease. And instead of going the pharmaceutical direction, you can actually eat something and get healed. And I didn't have anything to overcome, but this really interested me because I was always into being healthier. And I started listening to more of his stuff, and I was blown away by how much I didn't know. And, the information was just so powerful, and I started integrating that into my life, and I started using it and having more energy. And at that time, I was doing a lot of internet marketing and sitting behind the computer, so my weight was going up, and I wanted to slim down, and it was just perfect timing. So I started integrating the information that I learned into my life, and started having more energy. Weight went down, started feeling great, and as law of attraction would have it, I started more focusing on him and what he was doing and lifestyle. And next thing I know, I'm working with it. It was wild. And through that experience, I started creating my own blog and posting stuff that I found that was relevant. And I found that there was a lot of noise out there, and that there's certain diets, vegetarian, vegan, raw food, and I started dabbling in all of them. And I found that it was very individual, and I wanted to share my opinion on what I felt was important, which is, instead of being dogmatic, finding the information that's right for each one of us. And that's one of the main purposes and goals of Be Well Buzz.
Yeah. How about you, Oksana?
For me, it was more, he kind of got me on this whole train of health living and stuff. Because when we originally met, I just came to US. I had like 3 chronic diseases. The doctors told me I would never fix unless I have surgeries, and it's just something that I need to accept as a part of my life. So when we met, he's like, listen, Mom, when you try this superfood, this awesome smoothies, and I'm like, listen, don't even try. I'm from Ukraine. I grew up on potatoes and bread, and there's just no way around it, right? And after about probably, I would say, half a year or so, I started noticing like a lot of changes that were going on. I fixed my digestive issues. I'm probably about 99% sure that I got rid of all of my 3 chronic diseases that doctors told me that I will never cure. And that's why this whole passion behind healthy living and inspiring people to search other ways. Because, doctors put this label on us. Oh, this is yours, accept it as it is. But it doesn't have to be. So it's kind of, I attracted the new information around health, implemented it, acted on it. And I was like, next thing you know, here I am, feeling healthier than I've ever been. So it's quite exciting.
That's awesome.
And and that's the thing with what you were talking about before, Larry, about how one doctrine doesn't necessarily mean it's going to fit everybody. Like there are some people that, for me, I know I love a lot of raw food, but I can't eat it all the time because it just doesn't feel well. So how do people figure out what actually is the right thing for them?
Well, it's partly how you feel, partly, but mostly it's testing and doing blood work. And one of the things that we've created was called Blood Test Results Decoded, which allows you to read a blood test. And actually, a couple of days ago, we interviewed Jim Keane from Wellness FX, who's behind a company that takes blood testing to the next level. So you go to a clinic, get a blood test, they get the results and put them online so you can see and trend your blood test results over time. And anything in life, like, I think it's important to measure, test and measure and see if it's actually working. And if you think that it's working, you're feeling good, that's great, but that's just a small piece of it. You really need to find out and test and see what works for you, because it really depends on where you were born, your blood type, your Ayurvedic type. All these things go into account to make you who you are. So it's important to find out the right modality that fits you, and then test to make sure that it is working. So that's kind of where we're coming from.
So with the blood test, you can just go anywhere and get a blood test and send it off. How does that work?
They're actually expanding. So if someone wanted to go with Wellness FX, they're just in the States right now. So they're in certain areas within the U.S. and they would go get a blood test at a clinic that's partnered with Wellness FX,
which is LabCorp, and I think they're expanding to Quest Diagnostics as well, which is everywhere in U.S. So
and it was perfect because we stumbled on them right before our 30-day cleanse. So, we blood test regularly. So right before the cleanse, we decided to do a blood test, do the cleanse, and then do another blood test to see where we're at.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So we're treating the little experiment of cleansing and documenting what we're doing. Do we actually succeed in what we're trying to do?
We're doing it right.
Out.
I know you guys look remarkably thinner since I saw you last. You can really see, But that's what cleansing will do for you. So, Oksana, what's some of the most interesting new things that they've found, or any new products or anything they've found out there that's really helpful for people with their health?
Well, we recently actually stumbled again before the cleanse. We got introduced to a product called Diatomaceous Earth. What it is actually exoskeleton of marine phytoplankton. And diamonds, for example, on a hardness scale is number 7, while diatomaceous earth is number 5. So it's even harder than that. But what's the best about it, that it's really, it has this razor sharp edges to it. And when it gets in your body, it goes between your, it actually targets parasites. So it gets stuck in between the parasite, the shell of the parasite and the body. So the more parasites move, it literally chops them up, the more they move. So, when we did the blood test, we found out that they could see in our blood that we did have that parasites after just a week of using it. Doesn't taste like anything. It's full of silica, which is very important to bodily functions, to your liver, to your digestion. There's so many benefits. We actually just did a post recently on it. Yeah. So that's one product. It's cheap, it's easily accessible, and it's extremely effective, and it doesn't have a taste.
It's almost like a zeolite where it pulls heavy metals as well. It's like a clay almost. It's almost like a panacea. The more you dig into it, the more you see how many benefits it has. So it's like we're trying to constantly find things that simplify, because there's so much noise and so much stuff going on. Like, what do you take? What do you do? Yeah. It's like it's endless stuff. We're constantly striving to find the things to simplify health instead of having to pop 300 pills and this and that.
And enjoy it while you're doing it, so it doesn't taste gross or something that you can stick with, and do it adopt it as a lifestyle instead of just a one-time thing. One
of the biggest ahas that we've had is probably recommending people do what they constantly do. Don't change anything, but add stuff in. Yeah. So just add in juicing, right? Keep doing what you're doing, but just add in juicing. Yeah. And maybe add in something else. Yeah. But keep doing what you're doing, and eventually what doesn't serve you will just fall away, and you'll just continue on doing what makes you feel good. Nothing feels as good as feeling good. So
exactly.
Because that's the thing. I was giving some advice to someone the other day, and this lady, she said, look, I've got, when she's looking at her goals, she goes, I've got everything of my relationship. I've got to get a job. I've got to lose some weight. I'm like, okay, well, what you do is you break it down and go, rather than tackle everything like full on with health, go, okay, well, you commit to making one change this week. Whether it's adding, something different to your diet, or whether it's adding 30 minutes of walking a day or something like that. And then you go from there. And I think sometimes when you focus more on your health, and really, making sure that you're looking after your body, then all the other added benefits of losing weight and having more energy and thinking clearer, then they just become a natural part of the process. They're the natural byproducts of that.
Yeah,
you pick those benefits along the way. You don't look, yes, it's good to have a goal at the end of the road.
Yes.
But what happens is, you're kind of like grabbing along the way. Oh, yeah. I just lost weight. Oh, yeah. I feel so much better than I did yesterday. So it's pretty easy when you actually just start doing it. It's one step at a time. That's all it takes.
Exactly. And one of the reasons I'm so passionate about doing this is because I believe health is the underlying principle of everything else. If you don't have health, then you can't do your work.
Yeah.
And you can't enjoy life, and you can't manifest the things that you need to manifest into your life. So my belief from the very beginning was that if your health is abundant and you feel really good, you could do your work. Mm-hmm. And you could do it well, and you could bring into your life what you want to bring in easily and effectively.
And what I also love about you guys as well, it's not just lip service for you. Like, you get in there, you do the cleanses, and then you share that with everyone. So, you're mentioning before you did a 10-day cleanse. This was leading up to Christmas. So how did you go with that? Like, how was that process for you? What did you find out from it?
Yeah, it was an interesting experience. We did it a little bit differently. We did 30 days this time because we normally cleanse several times a year, and this year we just traveled around a lot, so we decided to roll into it a little bit easier. So we eliminated a lot of things from our diet, but we didn't jump right in. Normally we would just do juicing and just do all liquids right away. Mm-hmm. This time we went to just full-on vegan, no stimulants at all, no coffees. We ate once a day. It was juice in the morning, a superfood smoothie, and then the first 2 weeks it would be like a salad.
Or soup and salad or something like that, yeah.
And then the last part was where the fun really began, but because we were easing into it,
it was actually pretty easy.
It made it simple because we didn't, just jump in and shock our body. We went in it a little bit smoother. So the last 2 weeks we just went all liquid. The third week was juices, smoothies,
and some raw soups, just like Vitamix soups.
Yeah. Yep. And then the last week we eliminated all sugars. And
no carrots, no beets, no apples, because some people are like, oh yeah, no fruits. No, it involves carrots and beets and a bunch of other stuff. But by then it was quite easy actually, because your body got used to it. I actually had a lot more energy then since the cleanse. I started, drinking my coffee every other day or whatever, and I actually noticed I had more energy without it than with it. So
right.
And we're documenting all this stuff on Be Well Buzz, so if anyone wants to check it out, we're going to be releasing in the next few weeks. We're going to be releasing a lot more stuff on our protocols and what we were doing and how we were doing it.
Cool. Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for sharing all this information with me today. It's a pleasure having you on here. And like I said, the reason you're here is because it's not just lip service for you guys. You actually go through and you try the products. I'm actually can't wait to get back to do the whole blood test. And because here's the other thing too, like I understand that parasites are a major problem for most of us. So if you're this type of person that gets a lot of bloating, or you've got unexplained weight gain, a lot of the times it's because of parasites in your gut. So something that's tasteless, that's easy to eat. I'm all for that.
Us too. Usually something that has that many benefits doesn't taste that great.
I know, exactly. You're like, okay, doing these ones.
Get down quickly. It's like, where am I now? Give me something.
I know, it's no good. So guys, if people want to find out more about you and about Be Well Buzz and all this information, where can we send them?
BeWellBuzz.com or Facebook /BeWellBuzz.
Or also YouTube /BeWellBuzz, which we're releasing. We'll be doing, we're starting to do a lot more interviews. We're releasing podcasts, constant information. Actually, we put out new information daily. Yeah. So there's a lot of cool stuff out there.
Yeah, and this is all free information, guys, so I really recommend that you go there. So remember, if you click on the banner to the side, you'll go straight through to Be Well Buzz from there. So thanks again, guys, for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Now, I encourage you to share this video and all of the information in it, and you can do that by clicking the Facebook and the Twitter share buttons above. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you put your email in the box above there. I'd love to send you my Manifesting with the Masters video e-course. It has masters like Bob Proctor, John Assaraf, Joe Vitale. It's valued at $87, but I'd like to give it to you for free. So make sure you put your email in the box above there to get that. So until next time, remember to live large, choose courageously, and love without limits. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching this video. Now, before you go, do you want to learn the insider secrets to welcoming more abundance, more love, and more happiness into your life from some of the world's most inspiring personal growth gurus? Then be sure to click the link below now to subscribe to the Inspiration Show community and be one of the first to find out about brand new episodes of the show. You're absolutely going to love what we have coming up in store for you. Plus, you'll instantly receive a free copy of my Manifesting with the Masters video e-course featuring some of the biggest stars from the movie The Secret, teaching you how to manifest your dream life faster and easier than you ever thought possible. So to get your free copy, be sure to click on the link below now. I'm Natalie Ledwell. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, remember to live large, choose courageously, and love without limits. I'll see you soon.